welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you. I do pick a cards on this channel, so if you are interested in tarot, if you are curious, if you just want a little bit of entertainment for a little while, please pull up and get cozy. We're going to have a little chat today because we're all friends when we gather around this table. So today's pick a card topic is all about what is next in love for you. What can you expect next in your love cycle? Is it going to be a commitment cycle? Are you going to meet somebody new? We do have 3 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1 here with the Temperance and the White Stone. Pile number 2 with the Strength and the Blue Stone. Pile number 3 with the 3 of Cups and the Red Stone. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting for you today, and my timestamps are listed below. Now, I would like to take a moment to welcome back my returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your presence here. Thank you so much for all of your kind comments to me and to each other in the comments section as well. I would like to mention to all of my new subscribers this month, or for anybody new to the channel today, that I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading. And to enter for that, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel, hit your notification bell, your like button, drop that comment beneath any of my videos this month for your chance to be entered in for a free tarot reading, and I will notify you via the comments section if you're chosen the winner, and I'll give you indications on how to reach out to me via one of my links below. Be sure to not engage with anybody posing as the Tarot Cottage here on YouTube or on Instagram if they're sending you personal DMs. I will never do that to solicit readings, so be sure to protect yourself from people who may be trying to scam you. I would hate to see you get scammed. But for today's topic, what is next in love for you? What can you expect? Pile 1, pile 2, pile number 3. My timestamps are listed below. I'm going to start with pile number 1. Hello, pile 1. You were drawn to the little white heart stone here. You were also drawn to Temperance, and this is your reading. What can you expect in love next? What is happening next in love for you? Now, the Temperance energy here is showing the stork or some type of an egret. I'm not sure what type of bird this is, but it's giving me the sense of like a blue heron or something like that. And I'm getting the sense of something new beginning, an enterprise starting, something fresh coming in. Now, we may take our time to explore it. Maybe we don't even feel 100% ready for the advancement that's coming in love for us, but it's ready for you in some way. This Temperance is also talking about a love cycle that could sort of feel like a roller coaster at times. Sometimes in the best ways, of course, but a bit of a roller coaster at times too. But it's a preparation. There's a preparation phase coming in for you, and there's so much more that's coming for you, I feel like, in love and the results of that love. So let's take a look here and see. I'm going to use the Affirmations Tarot for you today. We are starting with the Hierophant. What is next in love, please, for pile number 1? I'm hearing that song by Sierra that says, level up, level up, level up, level up. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Wands. They're also showing me the 8 of Swords. We have a lot going on here. 8 of Swords, 9 of Wands, Ace of Cups. And they're talking about presently or in the recent past in love. You could even be sitting in this moment right now where you feel frustrated, you feel held back from your goals in love. You feel insecure about where your love is going. You could even feel stuck. They don't want you to tolerate less than what you deserve in any environment or any scenario, especially when it comes to your goals in love and what you're receiving. Here at the 6 of Pentacles, because we reap what we sow. And so if you're in a situation in love right now where you feel like you're kind of tolerating less or you're not receiving what you deserve, your guides say that there could be a change coming in for you, and you need to listen to that foresight, because it's like the truth is revealing itself to you at this moment, and we may have to listen to the notes of that. Recognize when we're not getting what we deserve. Spirit says that's the first hurdle for you in love, is acknowledging the fear of loss, acknowledging perhaps an environment or even the way that we speak about ourselves, just a tone in our life and our love life that communicates to us that we don't deserve as much as we're receiving, or we need to receive more. Because they're showing me this koala, and the koala for me is a very strong symbol of not tolerating crap, so to speak. Don't tolerate less than what you deserve. And if you feel like you've been waiting for something in love, this is also a sign that you could be in an environment that's making you wait for something in love. You could already be in a present connection and waiting for a goal to come true as well in love. So please take these messages as they resonate. I am reading for the collective today. We have the Two of Swords. Because the time, I feel like time is ticking for you. It almost feels like, for some, like it feels like a biological clock. Or you might call it, my biological clock is ticking. But it feels like we're in conflict in the present moment too in love, because we're worried about timing. We're worried about running out of time to perhaps fulfill our goals when it comes to love, and even beyond love, the connections that come out of love, the experiences that come out of love. We have the Knight of Swords. Back of the deck is the Ten of Cups, and we have the Six of Swords. I have a really important message for someone watching, and it's not going to resonate for everyone. And I do, again, I read for the collective, so be sure to take the messages that belong to you, that feel right in your soul, and leave the rest. The truth is that I feel like for someone in love, your love life is progressing to higher levels of commitment. I feel like those commitments, you could already be in a relationship, for instance, and have goals towards family. And I feel like that could be happening for you in love. Or in the next love cycle, it could include some type of surprise when it comes to children. So please take that as it resonates. Again, it's not going to resonate for every single person, but there's a really strong emphasis here on leveling up when it comes to family, leveling up when it comes to children. Now, this energy, again, it could apply to you because you're in a relationship and that's a goal that you have. Or you could be in, maybe you're just coming out of a relationship, or you don't have the relationship, or you're in a relationship that feels limiting and it doesn't look like it's going to be the launching pad to give you what you want. And in that case, Spirit says we really need to pay attention to the signs and act upon those signs to defend our goals, to defend the desires of our heart that we have when it comes to love and connection and what goes beyond that. We have the Five of Cups. The Two of Swords with the Eight of Wands. And there is a strong momentum propelling you forward. But they're saying that you might have to face a little bit of fear to bring yourself to the steps you need to take to create the change that you deserve in life. So you might have to really make hard choices in life and in love leading up to this momentum. Because if there's a certain amount of freedom that Spirit says is called for here. You have the King of Pentacles. We have the Fool. Back of deck is the Five of Swords, but here is the Three of Cups. These are very, like, they contend with each other, the Five of Swords and the Three of Cups. One is very celebratory, and one says, I'm restricted and I'm scared of this ascension. I feel like it's a mixed bag for you, Pile One, about what you're going to experience in these love cycles, because there's a feeling of trepidation and fear, but celebration at the same time. And again, that message comes in with the formation of perhaps a family that could be coming in as a result of your next chapter in love. So I do feel like there is perhaps the birth of a brand new connection that brings in, ultimately with time and investment, the birth of more, maybe even new people coming into your life, which is exciting, but still a little bit scary, because it definitely speaks to, ascension. It's like worrying about what am I going to lose versus what am I going to gain? And that's the question that your guides want you to ask in this moment when you're feeling perhaps like you're tolerating less than what you deserve, or you have in the past. What are you losing versus what are you gaining? Because you're gaining so much more than what you're losing. I do feel like there could be a communication phase that comes in for you, Pile One, as well. And I feel like the person that's going to be your partner in life, and I'm calling it a partner in life at this point, because the truth is that I feel like this is ascending to more levels of commitment. Like whatever's happening in your love realm right now, even if it doesn't feel like it's heading in that direction, maybe you're just exploring something. Maybe you're just at the crossroads where you have no commitment cycles in mind yet. But Spirit's saying that even if you're in this mode of the Knight of Wands and you're restless and you're just being impulsive and you're just having fun with something, you guys could have a lot to learn, or you guys could have a lot of surprises that pop in for you because of the momentum you're creating. They don't want you to jump to any conclusions of fear. They want hope to be your constant companion. This could lead to commitment cycles for you. I feel like a huge stage of your life is being presented here. It's like a shift in the stages of your life happening because of your next cycle in love. And again, you could be just talking to someone right now, having fun, expanding, just going through the motions, but things are changing rapidly for you in love. And Spirit says to prepare yourself for some of that change. They're not saying that this Hierophant energy, again, the Hierophant being the doorway, all of these fives being the little hurdles that we're going to get through to get to this position. But there's so much empowerment in it and reasons to celebrate. And actually reasons, like you've been waiting for this type of life. You've been waiting for this type of love. And it's going to speak to, like, again, a sense of protection, a lot of abundance. You're walking through the passages of your transformation. Spirit says it's a little scary, but you've been waiting for a relationship and a family like this. It does feel like it's going to result perhaps in family or result in some type of surprise when it comes to the momentum and where it's actually carrying us. You may not think in this moment that where you're sitting in love is going to take you to this type of profound change. And that's because you may have just closed out a cycle where you were tolerating less than what you deserve, and you're relearning how to establish a boundary or a bar of self-love. That momentum is going to carry you very, very far. Spirit's encouraging action. They're encouraging you to jump in with 2 feet. They are talking about loyalty as well with this next phase of relationship and love for you. So a loyal partner. But it doesn't feel, it feels like you are moving through more than just a phase of love between 2 people. And again, it feels like there could be some type of very big surprise. It's like Spirit's preparing you for a new enterprise that's coming into your life. You deserve love. Your love life is ascending to higher levels of commitment here. And they're talking about very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Like, this is happening very quickly for you, Pal 1. We're going to try to get a collective time frame here for you, but this is happening in a quick succession. So whatever's happening in this moment is the launching pad, is the crossroads, and time's a wasting is what I just heard. Time's ticking and time's a wasting. What is next in love for pile number 1, please? We do have the Hound and the Pair. It says loyalty. Highlighting the white dog. It almost feels like we are, if I was being honest with you, Pal 1, it feels like the momentum carries us to a big surprise and we're not ready for it. And maybe, again, we're afraid of it. This big surprise, this big change in our life. But then we come to realize the abundance that comes out of it. There is reason to celebrate waiting for you. Your love life is ascending to higher levels of commitment. We have here romance, the Finch and the Peach. It's real, it's worth exploring. It's going to lead to major change. It says the Bear and the Cedar, leadership. I do get a sense of Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini energy coming in for the Divine Feminine. They're talking about, like, boundaries. They're talking about positions that you're going to be holding in this connection as well. Back of the deck says safety, the Eel and the Iris, and that's from your higher self, asking you to see from that third eye, letting you know that it is safe for you to love. You deserve love. Don't hold back from abundance or momentum that's happening in the love realm for you. And enjoy this period of time. Enjoy the momentum and where it's carrying you. What kind of time frame do you have for pile number 1, please, when it comes to what is next in love? King of Pentacles. They're showing me the Temperance again. And they're talking about things being stacked in your favor. Again, a very strong, like, a physical attraction with this person too. They are talking about this year being huge and profound for change for you. I do feel like there is going to be change maybe within the next couple of months for someone watching too. You could be investing in a flirtation at this moment. Things are going to progress quickly here. But Spirit says by this time next year, everything's different. Everything's changed by this time next year. Advice, please, for what is next in love for pile number 1. Oopsie daisy. We have here, assess the situation. First quarter moon in Virgo. and step into your power. Pushing through any insecurity is going to be a theme in love for you. In this next chapter, pile 1, you're stepping into a new position of power. There's an initiation of a new cycle happening for you in love. And this could be fusing or lighting a fuse towards that higher level of commitment that's coming in for you. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. Advice for pile 1 in a bowl. Magician. Calling your energy towards you. Control, leadership, temperance, again, the Wheel of Fortune. 3 major arcanic themes in the bowl for you today. They are speaking about arguments and conflicts in your previous love chapter that could be propelling you towards a lot of change. They're also, again, asking you to pay attention to those red flags that they're cautioning you not to tolerate less than what you deserve in any scenario here. And so that's what this next chapter in love is all about. It's bringing in so much balance for you. It's like tipping the scales in your favor, that it creates a major turn of events for you. But this turn of events, in some ways, might throw you off because it's unexpected. You're not prepared for it, but it's also exactly what you need to move forward. And it's actually a very abundant thing. It's something to celebrate. The changes that are coming in is something to celebrate. Even if that means children in your future, pile 1. Kings and queens, stating our sovereignty, the hatchet, the hammer, and the screwdriver. So we're under construction. We're building on something. And the screwdriver talks about taking our time. With the temperance, it often speaks about patience. And when I think about a screwdriver, you can see it's the red-handled screwdriver. So it is going to empower you. But it's like doing something manually, doing something that feels a little laborious. But every time we do it, we gain momentum. So maybe you've been through rough cycles, but every time you go through a cycle, you learn a little bit more. So they are speaking about some work that's going to go into this next cycle too. We have H, F, and Q. We also have here the 10 of Swords in the reversal, and we have the 2 of Wands. I think of the 2 of Wands with the music note, so making beautiful music with someone, which is going to be beautiful. Now with this fish bones, I think of Pisces energy, and it is the 10 of Swords in the reverse. So they are speaking about moving forward, a new start, and recovery after a period of loss. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so. I do offer private readings as well through my Etsy account, and that link is below. I do update that shop every day. It does sell out quickly, so be sure to check back because I always put up more slots. So I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile 2, you are drawn to the little blue heart stone here. You're also drawn to the Strength card, and this is your reading. What can you expect next in love? This card, the Strength card, gives me a lot of Leo energy, of course, but they're speaking about a revival and hope for you. So this next love cycle could revitalize your strength, give you more hope in what's to come in the future as well. So that's a beautiful place to start. What is next in love, please? I'm using the Hocus Pocus Tarot for you to begin for pile number 2. What is next in love for pile number 2? We have the 7 of Swords. We also have the Moon coming out here with the 7 of Swords. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the 4 of Wands. I'm getting a sense of like this, the balance beams being sort of tipped in your favor. We have the King of Wands. We have the 4 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Back of the deck, we do have the Hierophant, and we have the 10 of Wands. There's like a real strong fear associated with this next chapter in love, but here's the 6 of Cups. It says dead man's toes. Let's clarify as we go forward. What is next? Whoopsie, Temperance. I do feel like it's going to take you some time to warm up to the idea of new energies in love, because it feels like you're very guarded with your heart in this moment. And Spirit says you're a product of your experiences. You're only flesh and bone in this moment. So that's why you're relating to the fear so much, but you still know you want more. You want more in love, and you're going to be kind of triggered by an attraction. I feel like your past, because it held a lot of red flags, you are almost prepared to see red flags in the future here. So there is a tether from the past that influences how you see the future in the present moment, but Spirit's trying to use this next phase to bring you back into balance and ask you to release some of that. You're going to be very attracted to this person. The person coming forward could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. I'm getting a lot of Sagittarius vibes, actually, and a big flirtation coming from this person. And they flirt because they are actually not as confident as they appear, but that's their way of trying to chip away at their own insecurities and their own fears. They're a very flirtatious person. They're a very attractive person too. And despite your intentions perhaps of trying to protect yourself, this person's going to trigger you in a very real way. It's going to trigger you. But it's also going to trigger you in abundant ways and negative ways, because they're going to trigger you with the attraction. But because it starts to bring in a little semblance of hope, you get a little bit insecure. And they're showing the standing stones. I always think of Outlander. And they're showing the standing stones. And in Outlander, she touched the stones and she got transported back in time. And that's why the trigger of this new connection is going to transport you back in time when it comes to how you were dealt a card in the past that was negative, or dealt with negative things that were emotionally insecure or created emotional insecurity. Yeah, because there's the Seven of Swords. But you're actually being delivered. Spirit's asking you to put down some of those swords so that you don't fall on them and hurt yourself. They're saying about the things in the past, they were meant to be temporary for you. They were never meant to last forever. And they could have been the stepping stone that arrives you to this opportunity, because this opportunity is coming in for you this year, within this next 12 months. And actually, Spirit says it's probably going to come in for you before 2024 is over, because we only have a few months to go. So it's going to come in before the year is out. But they say that the major challenges to overcome here are coming from inside of you. Because this is actually a really good thing in your life that's coming forward here. It's meant to light you up inside. It's meant to give you hope. It's meant to have you look outside of the box too. Because even this not being lost on me that all of these jack-o'-lanterns, none of them really have a face. You know, traditionally we just put a face, a scary face on the jack-o'-lantern. But in this case, the jack-o'-lanterns are filled up with stars and moons and cats and bats and just all of these symbols. And they're saying that with this new energy allows you to finally bury the old pain. Because I just heard here lies. It's like that, the old, you know, communication when somebody dies, the writing on the tomb, here lies. We have the Hermit, we have the Eight of Cups, and we do, or Eight of Swords, I'm sorry, and the Seven of Pentacles showing up as well for you, pal, too. They want you to know that this is an upgrade. They also want you to understand that it might take you some time to see that, or to really give in to that truth in the moment. Because there's a fear. The tide has gone out, but at one point you could have been drowning in that sense of loss and fear. And although the tide has gone out, you still have the mask on. You can't see that the tide has gone out and that it's actually safe for you to love in this next chapter. But that's why Spirit's trying to encourage you to give this a shot, to give it a chance. You, of course, have freedom of choice, but the determination that you show could help you to wave that red flag of victory. Could help. And you, again, you're going in vulnerable, but that's how we live in this human world. That's our humanity being shown to us, is our vulnerability. So there's so much more coming for you. And again, this person's very flirtatious. It's going to start with communication. It's going to start with a lot of flirtation back and forth. This person's very generous with the compliments. I think you're going to be hard pressed not to be influenced by it, because they're even showing me the way that this Four of Wands is melting. It's like eventually the heat from this connection is going to put these other lights out. the lights from the past, the crossroads life. It's like I'm looking at two versions of life. It's like I take this path or I take this path. And this path in the future is so much bigger than what you've experienced in the past. Here's the Ace of Cups. Because it's not just an opportunity, it's also an opportunity for your heart. It's not just a practical, tangible moment. It's an opportunity for your heart. It's an initiation for your heart. Here's the Page of Swords. And they're also saying that you're going to perhaps find a love in this person that is reflected back at you, which means that some of their insecurities are also going to be reflections of your insecurities too. So keeping that in mind is going to be a wonderful observation. And we have the Hermit. Hermit, back of deck, is the Nine of Swords with the Seven of Cups. Because this Wheel of Fortune, again, there's the oranges and then there's the bare trees. I think of apples and oranges in comparison. This Wheel of Fortune that's coming in for you in the future is the solution to old karmic trenches. And they're encouraging you to explore that option. They feel like emotionally, again, there are still some bones to pick for you from the past. And that's what's creating the hesitation inside of you. But they encourage you not to drink that poison anymore. We know how that feels. We know, the limitations that creates. We don't know the positive approach or the positive abundance that can come from this new environment. So although they'll never force you down that path, they are encouraging you down that path. Even if you take your time, and Spirit says you may take your time. You may take your time, but you're going to start to recognize the difference between how generous emotionally this person is and how comforting they are, because I feel like they kind of almost have a childlike spirit. They like to flirt. They're very emotionally generous, but they're also kind of sensitive. But I feel like this person's willing to put in the work with you. They're willing to be patient. This is a huge upgrade from the past. We have the Eye. And there's an emphasis on trusting in the psychic eye, trusting in your third eye. Sometimes not and even honestly trusting in what we see, trusting in what we've seen in the past. It's going to be eye-opening, Spirit says, too. We have the Cauldron. And we also have Freedom. And they're emphasizing freedom from like aggressive masculine energy. Now the Cauldron talks about something that is brewing, something that, again, this hand coming out can feel really, intimidating a little bit when we're trying to create something new. The ghosts from the past can come in to haunt us. But what we put in this cauldron, the effort that we put in our next love cycle, is going to create major change for you in the future. It's going to herald in freedom. But you can see the look on her face. She almost looks sad. She looks insecure, she looks unsure, and that could be the energy that you're carrying forward in this situation in the future. But this could also be the path that offers you the solutions. And Spirit says you don't have to rush. They're going to show you each step that you need to take because they know that you're in a delicate position. We have here stagnation, the lizard and the pitcher plant. Now they're highlighting Sagittarius energy again. We have also here communication, the rooster and the sunflower. Starting at a communication phase, they are feeling like, first of all, there's a very protective element to this next person coming in for you, Pal 2. They're going to be very, they're going to be a protective element for you. But this could also mean they've been guarded in the past for themselves. Maybe wearing a bit of mask at first, being very flirtatious, this just feels like a very playful person, but they also perhaps use flirtation as a distraction from their own insecurity. We have here protection, the skunk and the magnolia. And again, back to the deck, it says inspiration, the salamander and the black pepper. They're trying to use this reading as an inspiration to give yourself permission to enter into the unknown. And they're not negating that the past stinks a little bit here with the skunk energy. But they're also saying that this new version, this allowance they're trying to deliver you, they're actually trying to protect you from recirculating and going back to the past. They're trying to keep you from going back down into a rabbit hole, which could just lead to further grief. So if you do still have an attachment to the past, your guides are going to be walking with you to try to help alleviate that. Now with time and investment, you may decide to ultimately commit here, but this is going to take time. Spirit says that you're going to explore this cautiously. We have courage. Be courageous and stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for your beliefs. Don't be worried about the opinions of other people. Archangel Chamuel is helping you in your spiritual soulmate relationships. And backup deck says leadership. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. It's coming in from Archangel Gabriel, who is a patron saint of, the Archangel of Communication. So they're speaking about communication cycles that are opening up, and maybe you sometimes taking the lead there, because this person sometimes suffers as well from a little bit of confidence, and they too have bones to pick from the past that contribute to that fear as well. In the charm bowl today for pile number 2, please, what is next in love for pile number 2? I feel like you're going to meet somebody with a really interesting smile, or a really great smile as well for someone watching. We have Virgo energy here with the Hermit. We have a lot of Leo here too as well. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Now, we have had a lot of fives, just collectively. I've been pulling a lot of fives today. So there's a lot of hurdles that we're hopping over in a lot of different realms of our life to reach that Hierophant doorway so we can ascend. And so that our ascension emotionally can match a practical, physical ascension in the 3D. So I'm not surprised to see the Five of Swords here. We're at a crossroads. We're not feeling 100% ready. And maybe you won't even feel 100% sure of this next chapter of your life or this next person until you give it some time. So they're just encouraging that. Of course, they'll never force you, I always say, but they're just encouraging you to give this next person a fair shake, a fair opportunity. I'm hearing that song from that old cartoon, that Christmas cartoon that says, put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. We have here, how I feel about you makes my heart long to be free, and there is a recirculating cassette playing over and over and over again. This could be the solution. It says Virgo energy and I can. The letter G and the rabbit. Giving yourself permission to go exploring here is going to be critical. We have a commandment from the Bible that says, thou shalt not take the name of thy Lord thy God in vain. I often think of somebody who curses a lot or swears a lot. But I always think that people who curse, they're honest. They're very honest in their approach. So this could be somebody who curses a lot, but also somebody who forgets who they are. Don't forget who you are and the empowerment that you possess. Pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. That link is below too, and I update that shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the red heart stone here. You're also drawn to the Three of Cups, and this is your reading. What is next for you in love? Now, the Three of Cups instantly gave me this message of a sun setting on a friendship. So this could mean that it's transitioning into something more, perhaps, here. This Three of Cups is all about having fun, going out. You could be maybe closing the chapter on some expectation and going into an unknown in this moment, because there's a sense of all of these birds not taking flight at this time. But there could also be new friendships entering into your life, new connections coming in as well. And this is a sign from your guides to enjoy this period of time, to have fun with it, to explore it. Don't take things too seriously. Give yourself a chance to explore. What is next in love, please, for pile number 3? We have the Eight of Swords coming out first for you, pile 3. The Three of Wands. The World. The Queen of Wands with the Page of Swords. The Five of Wands. Back of deck, we have the Three of Pentacles and we have the Six of Swords. Ooh, we have the Eight of Wands underneath that. So let's clarify as we go forward here. For pile number 3, what is next in love, please? Seven of Cups. The the Page of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. We have the Page of Swords coming in the reversal. We have the Page of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Oopsie daisy. It feels like the divine feminine, or maybe the divine masculine, it doesn't really matter about the gender, it's all about energy, but it feels like somebody has been holding back their truth from someone for fear of not getting accepted or not having a similar feeling, like just for fear of being rejected in a way. There's this feeling about my own insecurities holding me down and making me feel like I don't have as much to offer. It's like I convince myself with my thoughts that I don't have enough to offer, so I keep myself hidden in a way when it comes to a thirst that I already have in love. And this could be towards someone that you know in the world, a friend, maybe a coworker, someone that you would maybe consider friends, somebody who's different from you in all the perfect ways, like opposites that attract in life. And the truth is like your intuition's been telling you that time's a wasting here and that there needs to be some type of clarity between two souls, or nothing will ever change in this specific love opportunity, in this specific attraction. And the sun might be setting a little bit here. But it's like we're afraid of bad news. That's what we're afraid of. We're afraid of receiving bad news. We know that we weave our own destiny. We want a home run here. We want to shoot our shot, perhaps in a sense, but we're afraid of competition. We're afraid of being told no or being disappointed in some way. But Spirit's here to say that nothing changes if nothing changes. And so there is a momentum towards taking leaps of faith to create changes in our love. Creating clarity here could be the key to success. And they are highlighting the divine feminine, but again, it's all about energy, it has nothing to do with gender, but they're highlighting, again, holding back our truth for fear of being disappointed. When Spirit says you have actually everything available to you, you have all the paddles in your boat, you don't need to worry about feeling any type of lack of anything. And you wouldn't be inspired to this attraction if it wasn't something that was possible, or something that you that wasn't leading you to some type of lesson, wasn't leading you to some type of mastery over your own insecurities to help you achieve and ascend in some way. And sometimes that ascension can be revealed to us in getting exactly what we want, exactly what we're looking for in a situation. So your guides just want to really highlight that. They want to highlight here this next chapter, and they want to highlight how you might be letting competing thoughts in your mind stop you from saying something about somebody that you really, really like, or somebody that you really want. They say that you may be kind of waiting and watching for a perfect opportunity, or waiting and watching to see how they'll receive you. But spirits, they're calling you a leader. They're saying that you're a cut above the rest, or you set yourself apart in your leadership abilities. And you may be called here to step up and lead, if I'm honest. They say that you have options on how you want to approach this attraction in your life, and you might have to wield some of those options, because this person could also be struggling with the same fears that you have. There's an emphasis on your eyes or their eyes being, really profound, or leaving an impression. And they're encouraging you to create changes in your life. And instead of focusing on what could happen in the negative, focus on what could happen in the positive. Focus on what could happen in the positive, because they're showing me the Five of Cups. They're showing me the Knight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Wands. And both the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, they're go-getters. They are go energies. They're rushing through that Hierophant energy. They're plowing through all of the hurdles that our insecurities create for us. to reach the other side. And the other side is the Three of Cups, or celebration. There's the Knight of Cups and vulnerability and the Sun. So the Sun has to come out. Clarity has to be shown to an attraction, perhaps again to a friend or a colleague or someone that we really have a strong affinity for. There's something new to explore. But Spirit says there's something missing in the transaction when it comes to what we're trying to manifest, because we're trying to manifest this connection, a specific connection on your mind. This doesn't feel like a new person. It feels like you already know them. We're trying to manifest this specific connection, but there is a deviation in the ingredient list. We don't have all the ingredients because something that's missing is perhaps the action or the exploration. We're at a crossroads. What do we need to release to create the abundance here? Because Spirit says that this person, they could be a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. They say that there's a weakness in them. They don't feel ready. They don't feel confident to perhaps come forward on their own. But there's like a certain amount of attraction hidden in plain sight here. There's the Nine of Pentacles, and here's the Knight of Wands, and there's the Three of Cups. Spirit feels like there will be a positive outcome if you eliminate the distractions and take on an independent approach towards this person or this attraction that you have in this moment. They're encouraging action. They say action will lead to results here. And not just in the practical results that we want to see, but they're more concerned about the spiritual results. Your ability to figure out how to get yourself out of this limitation and looking for options. That's a beautiful skill set that you'll be able to apply in all areas of your life in this human experience. So this just feels really exciting. I feel like you won't be disappointed. The Knight of Pentacles tells me that you won't be disappointed if you follow this rabbit down the rabbit hole. There's the Six of Cups, there's the Knight of Cups, and it calls for us to be generous. In connections like this, when we feel something deep, but we're too afraid to say something, it's a request to be more collaborative. That's how we are generous with each other, is we notice when another person's suffering or struggling to be clarifying or to be vulnerable, and we step in and create that space. It's never a guarantee that they'll be able to approach that space in the same fervor or in the same capacity, but ultimately, if somebody doesn't create the space will never get created. So it does communicate something very powerful about your ability to get out of your own head and to get into the options that you have when it comes to this love. And there's just I feel like you could have a beautiful outcome. We've been waiting because of overthinking and fear, but now we've come to a crossroads. The time is now, and it's like we can either, I just heard put up or shut up. Like there is a sense of like putting our money where our mouth is. And the Nine of Wands can either be a restrictive card where we feel let down or held back and exhausted by being held back, or we use that as an inspiration to push through. It's a strength card. We fight for battle. We kind of charge ourselves up and go running forward here to create advancement and expansion. And either way, it leaves no stone unturned, and we're given more information on the other side of it. But the struggle we have is clarification, creating clarity, creating closure. That's the call to action that's coming in here for you, Pal 3. That's going to help bring everything back into balance. And they say that it does require careful handling. They say that you might be taking some action here this year towards this person, or within the next 3 months towards this person. But the results could be very abundant for you. We have the hedgehog. It's like hiding in plain sight. I think of the hedgehog as like a mini porcupine, and it doesn't feel as domineering as the porcupine, but it's still kind of the same type of creature where it can go unbothered on its path because it has protection. You have support systems. Your guides are here to walk with you. And either way, the truth can be empowering, whether it's sets you free or whether it propels you towards new connections in this situation. We have here the snail, and there is a sense of like a slow approach or a long lead up, a slow momentum, a long sense of waiting when it comes to this attraction. But they say that time waits for no one, and the sun could set on the opportunity. And so they're showing that sunset. We have here book, and we have here the volcano, a strong momentum of expression. It's like feeling this pressure to express myself. And there's also a sense of like, honestly, like sexuality, going out and having fun, like friends with benefits. Like there's a sense of like sexual energy coming in here. We have the body with Sandra Cisneros. And so there's an emphasis on the lower chakras, on the sacral chakra, and not just being empowered energetically, but maybe being empowered physically as well. What is next in love for pile number 3, please? We have the possum, bashfulness, and the peony. When I think of the peony, I think of expansion and compassion. So people that are shy, people that are insecure, people who get sort of hung up by fear, paralyzed by fear sometimes because I'm afraid. This could be your energy, but this could also be the person that you're interested in as well. This whole reading could be connected to a person that feels this way about you, someone within the dynamics of your friendships that feels this way about you. And this message could be coming forth because they don't have the courage. They're too bashful to come forward here. We have loyalty. Be loyal to what you love, the hound and the pair. And there could be a loyalty to friendship here and a fear of like things going pear-shaped. We have the horse, modest fortitude, overcoming obstacles here with the goat and the willow. And the willow's actually trying to support you. The willow coming forward with this message of leave the weeping to me, throw your cares into the sea. There's a sense of tapping into your fortitude, your strength to overcome any obstacle in front of you. Back of the deck, we have the deer and healing, the deer and the oat. So not only the actions that we take next in love are going to empower us in a practical sense, they're going to empower us in an emotional sense as well, pile 3. What is next in love, please, for pile number 3? Take on a leadership role, lovingly guide others. Archangel Gabriel, and he came out earlier as well, I believe for pile 1. Archangel Gabriel came out because he's the archangel responsible for communication. And it looks like this angel is dropping the trumpet. I always think of like a mic drop. It's like I'm going to announce something and then I'm going to drop the mic and I'm going to walk off the stage and I'm going to let momentum take care of itself. But you may have to take on a leadership role here to help things along in this particular attraction. So they're encouraging you to perform a life review, to take inventory over your life and resolve to change or heal anything that feels imbalanced, anything that's stopping you from the goals that you have when it comes to love. Don't forget who you are. This situation can empower you. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You're so very loved. You're not doing this alone. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 3, please. What is next in love for pile 3? Advice. Oh, we got the 10 of Pentacles coming out. 9 of Cups, wishes coming true. Crush energy, dreams being granted. Stepping outside of my comfort zone to bring forward an offer in love. And together, it's the 10 of Cups. Not only do you have the 10 of Pentacles in the bowl, but together with this extra offer, we can move this beyond just a crush. We can move it into something big and something profound. But it does require clarity in order to get the ball going. Chain of events that will affect your life, but also an attachment to insecurity. We have H, F, V, and A. We have a prescription. We have the wrench in our plans. The wrench in our plans is connected to the tooth, which is a fear of loss. The prescription for that is announcement. Here's that trumpet that we just talked about. It's like dropping the trumpet, mic drop, expressing ourselves. They're talking about a very sensitive, divine, masculine energy who's sitting upon pearls of wisdom that they know to be true, but they're not expressing it at this time. They could be a Sagittarius, or you could be a Sagittarius. They're showing the archer in association with the Sagittarius energy and holding back because maybe we don't feel lovable or good enough, but that's what they want to correct in you as well. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Please drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell as well. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. I hope you have a great day.